What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a reaction to Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime performance, Super Bowl halftime show, Super Bowl 57, Apple Music halftime now. Pepsi halftime is no more. But finally, Rihanna did the halftime show after declining it in 2019, after being at the top of many people's lists as someone who has not yet done the halftime show, but of course would be a great choice. We finally got the Rihanna Super Bowl halftime show, and I thought it was quite impressive for a number of reasons. And once again, not that I think anyone needs this, but adds to the hype and anticipation for new Rihanna music. Of course, it has been over 7 years since the last Rihanna album, Anti, came out in early 2016. It's been so long. And Rihanna, of course, has been less involved with her music career than she had been prior. Of course, Fenty is a massive success and a big part of Rihanna's life and career now. But to have her, kind of return to music in the way she did at the biggest, if not the biggest stage when it comes to music was, I think, really cool. And then there's really three reasons why this was a success. One, undeniable track list of songs. Rihanna has myriad hits, and she went through a medley of, I believe, 12 with the halftime show. So, like, the music is just so good, of course. And then number two would be just presentation. Like, Rihanna's presence, uh, unsurprisingly, is incredibly strong. She, of course, has always come across as someone with tremendous confidence, tremendous swag. She just always kills it whenever she's doing really anything. And that really came across with this show. I think the stage design for this halftime show was really cool with the level platforms. The Super Smash Bros. Memes were very funny, but the levitating platforms moving up and down, I think, was really cool. And then third would be the special guest, as it were. A lot of people were theorizing, who would it be? Would it be Jay Z? Would it be ASAP Rocky, her lover? Would it be somebody else entirely? Drake, perhaps. I was never really convinced or confident that a guest would appear, just because I think a lot of the candidates don't actually really make sense to upstage or attempt to upstage Rihanna in any way. Like, I don't think Jay Z would ever really want to do uh, that to Rihanna. If anything, Jay Z would just do his own show separately. And Rocky, I feel like Rihanna and Rocky wouldn't actually want to, like, mix their music careers with their personal lives in that way. And obviously Kanye not a consideration at this time. So, and Drake, Rihanna's kind of curved Drake long ago, so not a great realistic pick either. But what was that special guest? It was actually the fact that Rihanna is pregnant with her second child with Rocky, and that was a big surprise. She was performing uh, pregnant. Shades to Beyonce doing the belly rub at was it the VMAs or the whatever that was, like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. But that Rihanna was able to do the halftime show, come out of the woodwork, and give us music once again, and smash it in the way she did, with that stage presence while being pregnant. I think that is, like, really like the icing on the cake with what makes this such a, I think, a fulfilling Super Bowl halftime show. And you know, I'm not, as much as I'm happy for Rihanna and Rocky as a couple, as people. I think the fact that they're having another kid so soon doesn't feel like was it R9, the upcoming album post Anti, doesn't feel like R9 is anywhere close. Unfortunately, we will continue to wait with bated breath, but this almost felt like, if anything, like it wasn't like an announcement of Rihanna's back. Rihanna's got new music on the way, which is maybe how some people felt when this halftime show was announced. And that's not really what it was. This is more like Rihanna, like, briefly returning to music, showing you that she's still got it. And by the way, all those songs that you know and love, still great. But she's probably gonna step away once again. So I think we have to just kind of get used to that feeling. Been a long time. And ASAP Rocky, his last album was 2018, although he says his next record is done. So we'll see if it actually comes out. He's been saying that for a little bit now. But yeah, I think my favorite aspect of, like, the actual, like, performance itself, like the actual music, like, I think just go kind of whipping through that medley was a lot of fun. I think a lot of people were saying like afterwards, like all the songs that didn't get picked because Rihanna has so many hits. You know, no, please don't stop the music, no Disturbia, no Palm to Replay, etc. I think that's okay though because like the songs you did get, like, do you have any beef with any of these tracks? Like I think the opener, "Bitch Better Have My Money," that was a probably a less conventional choice than people would have expected, especially if you look at like the betting markets on like what that was going to be. Nice choice though. I like that. And then really quickly, you know, getting into "Only Girl in the World," "We Found Love," "Rude Boy," "Pour It Up." You know, I would have loved more anti songs, to be honest. I mean, you get "Work," of course, the biggest hit from that record, and I believe some of "Kiss It Better" was part of the Rude Boy melody, but "More Kiss It Better" or "Needed Me" or something, like, there are better tracks on Anti than "Work," but of course, "Work" is the big hit, so not surprising that that was the selection. Love hearing the "Wild Thoughts" feature. That's, you know, until we got the Black Panther 2 song that just came out. I believe the "Wild Thoughts" feature was, like, the last, like, significant Rihanna work we had got. It's been so long again. The biggest surprise musically was Rihanna doing "All the Lights," her chorus on, of course, the Kanye smash, you know, to kind of repurpose a Kanye song as your own. Really cool. And that was the biggest moment musically, I think, to me, just for the unexpectedness. You know, and then at the end, "Run This Town" and "Umbrella," I was like, Jay Z's coming. Here's the chance. But no. And then ending with "Diamonds." You know, nice, nice selection of songs. I'd say overall, I would have loved, I think, "Disturbia." Of all the songs that weren't picked, "Disturbia" I think would have hit. But truthfully, she doesn't, you know, just looking at these selections, she didn't really lean too deep into like the, you know, first few albums. Rihanna, it's more about the 2010s work that she picked. So, you know, what's next for Rihanna? Like I said, I think it's going to be a while. You literally had a Fenty reference in this performance, which I think was really funny, where she, like, you know, does some powder briefly in between songs, in between stage movements. Thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I think with Rihanna off the board, you know, she had been a very popular selection for like who should do the next Super Bowl. Rihanna, but she never do it. She did it. So who's next, right? Like, there's a few obvious big names, including someone who's rumored to be the 2023 halftime show, but that turned out not to be true. Of course, that'd be Taylor Swift. You got to figure Taylor Swift and Adele at one point will both do this show. After that, though, I'm not really sure who has the gravitas and large profile to do this. You know, I mean, I'm sure Drake could pull it off, but overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's gone. You think about the 2020s, the halftime show's gone really well. J Lo and Shakira, The Weeknd, Dr. Dre and Friends, and now Rihanna. Like, really can't have too many complaints about how it's been going. And the pressure's on the NFL and now Apple Music to keep this momentum going. So let me know in the comments below, who do you want to see do the Super Bowl halftime show? Did you want to see a guest with Rihanna that we didn't get? Who would that have been? Let me know. And for more music, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.